What's the best way to introduce two dogs? Watch this video. Important things to remember when you are introducing two new dogs together. First thing, even if your dog has a good play history, not all dogs have the same play style, so you want to take these important steps, because if you introduce dogs while they're really excited, it can create aggression and create a not great first impression to where they're defensive and they want to get out of there. So having your dog be calm in the brain in that introduction is the best point. A great first step to introduce dogs is to do a pack walk. Usually when dogs see each other, especially if they do like to play, they're going to be really excited the minute they see each other approaching on leash. And if that's the case, you definitely don't want to let them go nose to nose. Don't let them have that stiff moment or go face to face. Let's get their energy moving forward. Get a structured walk at your side the best you can and go for a 20 or 30-minute walk. Let them air scent each other a little bit just in the walk. They can smell each other as they're walking by. Drain that energy. Calm that brain, and make sure you're setting them up for success. The next step is letting them decompress. Sit on a bench if you're outside at a park, go in your living room, down your dog. If the dog doesn't have a down command, then they can step on the leash, create a little bit of leash tension, so that dog will calm. But eventually, if you give those dogs 20 to 30 minutes, they're gonna stop trying to get to each other, they're gonna settle to where they are so relaxed, but that decompression of the brain is so important because you do not want to introduce dogs when they are in an excited state. Enjoy that time visiting with your friend, talk about your dogs, whatever you want to do, but let those dogs have time for their brain to come down before you take them off leash to introduce them to each other. Are you tired of having your dog jump on you, yank you all over on leash, or even frustrate you to tears? I've created a community that gives you step-by-step instruction of how you can have the relationship with your dog that you always wanted. Join Top Dog Academy community today. Things you don't want to see when you're letting dogs say hello for the first time. I will not allow one dog to hump the other dog. I will not allow them to put their head over their back, put their paw over their back. If you're introducing a bigger dog to a very small dog, by the nature of the size, that dog will be over that dog, but there's a difference between the dog standing over because it's taller, and there's a difference between the dog dominating and having a presence. Also, if you have a dog that is sniffing the other dog and they're coming in too pushy, too rude, too intense, that's dominant. If the dog being sniffed has their leg back and is lifting their leg a little bit while he's being sniffed, that's submissive. You want to interfere with that. You want to advocate for the dog that could be possibly getting overwhelmed, and you want to go in and interrupt that with your body. It's also really important to stay calm. Do not be talking, no good boy, no good girl, no excitement. We want to eliminate all conflict and absolutely keep the dogs moving as they're getting introduced to each other. And one final note, you want to avoid face-to-face interaction. I do not want them going face-to-face more than 3 seconds. They can become intense and stiff, and it can escalate to something you don't want. So I will absolutely go in and interfere with that in a calm way to get them apart, get them moving. They can be running, they can be sniffing each other as they go, but I don't want those stiff moments of conflict. Again, the whole thing is we want to eliminate all conflict. And keep in mind, you can have a social dog that plays with a lot of dogs, but not all dogs have the same play style. So you might have dogs that do well with other dogs, but don't do good with the pairing that we're about to put together. Now, I chose these two dogs because they're very, very high drive. That's why it was important to do the walk, give their brain time to settle and decompress. Now we're here ready to put them together, and as you can see, they're both calm. I would not be starting this introduction if they were excited. I want them to be calm. Now, in just a minute, we're gonna take these collars off of the dog. We are in a secure area, and it is my preference with dogs that are gonna be as excited as they're gonna be to have the leashes off of them, because I do not want them pulling into the leash or starting to get tangled up, because that tension itself can create frustration, conflict, and excitement, and I don't want that. I'm gonna just stay with them, I'm gonna stay calm, and I'm gonna interfere with anything I see that I don't like. Come on, break, sit. You ready? Tell me when you have them off. And the minute we take them off leash, we're gonna start walking that way, and we're gonna see how they do. Yep. Okay, come on. Valiant. He's got a ball. You didn't take her. And she has the leash. That's fine. Come on, Charlie. So they each grabbed a toy. So that's great. Charlie, come meet your friend. There we go. Now, typically, I would have not had a ball because I wouldn't have wanted conflict. But it's what we got right now. Come on. Right here, what we have is we have a lot of play. We have a lot of excitement. Come on. A lot of play bowing behavior. This is great. Now we're doing a lot of sniffing, a lot of social play behavior, which is great. Come on. If you notice, we don't have any hackles. We don't have any stiffness whatsoever. All we have is a lot of power. So it doesn't get any better than that. We put them together, two powerful breeds that had never met before, been able to interact. It wasn't my goal to have Valiant grab a ball out here. I didn't see it, but because he wasn't possessing it, I didn't need to rush in and grab it. Clearly, it actually redirected them to where there was a softness about them, and the way they ran and played and interacted, it doesn't get any better than that. This is a pair that I can put together and feel relatively confident that they're gonna continue to get along. But keep in mind, it would not have been as successful if we didn't do the walk first, we didn't do the down for them to decompress. They were calm before we took the collars off. We made sure that we kept them moving, and it ended up being really successful. Please know that your dog doesn't need to meet every dog, and your dog isn't gonna like every dog, and not every dog has the same play style. So therefore, please be careful and know the history of the dogs that you're putting your dog with to make sure that it's only successful, because they have to trust you to do that. See you next time. Till the next lesson, we just thank you so much for listening. We hope you gained some value. And again, your dog will never be what you want him to be until you're the leader they need you to be. And we just thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time.